Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. We're back again and we are here to come share some amazing tips on how we believe and pretty much we're doing ourselves that can help you be disruptive in your business ending the year and going into 2022. So, like always, me and my partner in crime, Michelle, we're going to drop those nuggets for you. So, but also, if you're watching this recording on maybe YouTube, hey, in the comments, let us know where you're tuning in from, what part of the country, what part of the world. We love being able to go back and see where we got to be a blessing to somebody. So, Michelle, would you like to kick it off this morning?
Good morning. Sure, I can go ahead and do that, Aunt, because I know you've got some good tips that are going to tie into what I have to share this morning. So, we're going to, like, the overarching theme today that we want to talk about is attitude and perspective. So I had something pop up in my time hop this week that was actually a post from last year, but I saw it and was like, ooh, that's a good one. That bears resharing and talking about. And what it said is perspective can either be your power or your prison, and you get to choose. And so today I want to talk about the perspective that we choose to see and the attitude that we have towards the circumstances around us. Because how many of us have ever been in a circumstance where things were not going the way that they should be, the way that we thought they should go? We had an unpleasant situation that we had to deal with, or maybe it's something that over a period of time, we find ourselves in a place where we're surrounded by negativity, pessimism, bad attitudes, unpleasant circumstances. And how many of you know that it is a lot harder to choose a positive outlook in those circumstances than to just absorb the negativity? And I have noticed that if we surround ourselves with negative attitudes, negative people, that tends to rub off on us. But the flip side of that is true also, that if we choose to surround ourselves with positive people, with individuals who can be in an icky circumstance and they find the good, they find a way that they can look at it and say, okay, where's my opportunity to grow here? That also tends to rub off on us. And what I have learned is that truly it's a choice. So we can choose a perspective that says this is an opportunity for growth. Let's say we're starting a new venture. We're becoming part of a new system or a new community. And maybe we have a lot of experience there in that general context. But we're beginning again. Maybe we've moved, and so we're starting over in a new place. We have the choice to say, I choose to learn from the new people around me. Or we can say, I know everything I need to know. I don't need you. The choice is ours, right? We get to decide, am I willing? Am I open? Do I choose to open myself to learn something new? Because I believe that every single person around us has something to offer, has something to give, if we allow them to contribute, right? And it might not be something that you thought that they would have to offer or contribute. But when we walk into a circumstance and say, I believe that this person has value, and I'm open to what they have to offer, man, there's power in that. And then how often do we find ourselves perhaps in a position where we have attained a particular position? Perhaps it's a place at work, a title. For instance, the last 2 weeks, Mac and I title advanced to officer. I think it becomes easy when we attain a certain position or title to have an attitude of entitlement, perhaps expectation that says, because I have this position, because I have this title, I'm owed something. I'm owed a certain income. I'm owed a certain amount of respect. And I would say that if we choose that attitude, that becomes a stumbling point, a stumbling block, a tripping up, where we begin to back off in our work ethic. I've done that. Has anybody else ever done that? Where you attain a certain level of success and you're like, yes, I have arrived. I am there and now I don't have to work anymore. What happens when we do that? Things begin to decline. You start to see a drop off in your business. If you stop reaching out and talking to people, you stop connecting with others, you stop bringing in new people, you stop impacting lives when that perspective comes in that I have achieved this rank and therefore it's all good. I can just coast. But what if we looked at that and went, okay, I'm there. I need to continue to work and earn and bless and achieve so that I haven't just achieved that once, but I continue to show that I have earned that. And when we do that, before you know it, we're going to find ourselves advancing further in our business, right? And so sometimes in the working, in the doing, in the striving for those levels of success and those advancements, the title advancements, the additional income, all of that, we can sometimes get discouraged, right? Where it's not going fast enough. We feel like everybody we've talked to in the last month has told us to buzz off. That can get discouraging. But let's think about how many people, let's talk about our business for a minute. How many people do I need in my organization to have a certain level of income? Well, I'm here to tell you, let's just say that number is 100. Your desired level of income equals out to 100 active accounts. Can you get that desired level of income if you talk to less than 100 people? Nope. You or your team, you can't get there. And so if you've talked to 10 people and you're like, I need at least 100 active accounts to achieve this income level. One position could say, this doesn't work. Nobody wants to do this. Everybody's got a bad attitude about it. I'm done. I'm not talking to people anymore. I can't take the rejection. I can't take the no's. I look at that and say, okay, maybe that's a bummer. I talked to 10. Those 10 weren't for me. I don't want to drag dead weight. I don't want to drag people along who don't want any part of this. So for me, I look at that and say, awesome. I've had 10 opportunities to practice, to learn, to connect with people and find out what works, what doesn't work. And I've found 10 people who I don't have to drag because they weren't interested. That puts me 10 people closer to finding somebody who is excited and interested. And so if we're not getting the results that we want, keep working, keep trying, keep making the effort. If you're getting results and it's not going as fast as you want, keep working, keep trying. And if you're finding that you've been doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not bringing you what you want, connect with somebody who's been there, who's achieving the level of success that you would like to see, and talk to them. Maybe sit in on their process. Find out, how are you connecting with people? What's your, what's your lane? How do you share with people? And use that as an opportunity, one, to gain insight from somebody else, two, to refine your process, and three, to learn more about how you can become a competent professional in this. Because not one of us in our regular careers has achieved a level of competence and success with it unless and until we have gone through the challenges, the bumps, that didn't work so well, the mistakes, the wishing that we were better at it than we actually are. And there's no substitute for experience and the doing, the going through the process to get where you need to be. And as we do that, there are people in our lives who will be valuable contributors to what we're doing. And there's people who we need to press the mute button on, right? You have anybody in your life like that, where perhaps they're fantastic as a workout partner, but when it comes to relationships, right, we don't want to listen to them because they have a bad track record. Maybe they've been divorced 4 times. We maybe don't want to listen to them about how to stay married, but perhaps they're a phenomenal person to reach out to and say, these are my fitness goals. Can you help me with this? You can turn the volume up on them from there. And perhaps it's someone who has a really tremendous outlook and mindset, and they're a really positive person, and they can speak into all the areas of your life. And we can let that person speak into our life. But if it's somebody who has a negative attitude, and when we share something with them, maybe we're excited about it. We're like, I can't wait to do this. I'm excited. This is what's happening. And they rain on our parade. It kind of hurts, doesn't it? So we can mute them in that area of our life. But the point with the whole thing is that we get to choose who we allow to speak into our life. We get to choose the perspective that we have. And so I want to encourage all of us, if we have people in our lives who are speaking negativity, who are speaking from a position of being disgruntled, of having a bad attitude, of always finding the negative and feeling attacked, and, just kind of that feeling that leaves you like, yuck. I don't like the way it feels to be around that person. Can we lower the volume on their input in our lives and start surrounding ourselves with people who speak life, who speak positive attitude, who speak opportunity instead of obstacle, who choose to see ways to grow, to improve, to spin a negative circumstance and find the positive in it. Because the people that we surround ourselves with, the 5 to 6, maybe 7 people that we surround ourselves with the most, we are going to become like them. And so if we choose to immerse ourselves in that life-sucking negativity, that's where we'll find ourselves, struggling to climb out of the yuck. And if we choose a different way and start finding people to surround ourselves with who are positive, who have a different attitude, that will start to rub off on us too. And sometimes it's hard to break the cycle, right? If we've been in it a long time, especially, to say, ooh, I just caught myself with a really negative attitude. Sorry about that. I recognize that. I'm working hard to change that. So it can be changed. We can choose better. We can lower the volume on the negativity, on the ones who don't speak life. And we can raise that volume on those who we want their input. We value their perspective, their position, what they have to bring. And in all of that, whether it's the negative, whether it's the positive, we can learn from all those people. Maybe I don't want that kind of stuff in my life. I don't want to be that kind of person. Ooh, that didn't feel real good. I'm going to try not to do that to another person. We also can learn from the positive. I want to emulate that person. I want what they have in business. I want what they have in relationship, and model our lives after that. So, Aunt, I want to hear what you have to say about attitude and how it relates to our business this morning.
Dude, I don't even know if I really have to add anything, but I do have a couple of things I want to talk about attitude. It's just something that's just been on my mind, and I was like, you know what? Because I'm getting calls from people, and then sometimes I catch myself falling off into the deep end as well with my attitude. Like, oh, but one thing I had to remember, your attitude is everything for you, for your business, for your relationships, for just your life in general. because your attitude is what's going to determine your aptitude. Your attitude is what's going to determine how high you can go in your life, period. It's just like Michelle talked about. I promise you, them people that had those divorces, it's because of their attitude majority of the time. Oh, this ain't going to work. Oh, and they just kept saying it over and over. And guess what happened? It eventually didn't work. It's the same thing in your business. So it's tied to your business. Oh, well, I'm not good at recruiting people. I'm not good at finding people to try my products. Oh, I'm not good at doing follow-up calls. Oh, I'm not good at social media. Quit saying that. How about you say, hey, I'm not there yet, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm not there yet. See, all you do when you change those words that you're putting out there, it's going to really help you out, you guys. See, because your attitude is going to help you. It's going to lead to your belief. It's going to lead to your behavior. It's going to lead to your perception. And it's going to also lead to your emotions that you're dealing with. All four of those come from your attitude. Your attitude, not Michelle's attitude, not your upline's attitude, not your cross line, not your downline, not anybody else in the business. Your attitude is going to determine those four. Again, that is your belief that will come from your attitude. Your behavior, your perception, and your emotions will all come from your personal attitude. So a lot of people say, well, how can I get that done? Well, first thing you need to do is you need to change your attitude. You need to write it out. That's why I love affirmations, because they write out your vision. So they write out you in a better state of mind, a better state in your life. So your affirmations are real good. I'm so happy and grateful. Now I am a chairperson too in New Age. Or I am so happy and grateful. Now I'm earning $10,000 a month. See, it puts your mindset in a whole different, and we can go on affirmations and that could be a whole nother topic, but it comes back to your attitude. What are you feeding your brain? So you got to start off by feeding your brain. I love movies, but I can't watch movies where people getting shot every day, all day. I can't watch them all the time because it eventually going to suck you into just the negativity part of the movie or the TV show. That's why I don't like reality TV shows, because it's just nothing but negative. That's why I don't like the news either, because it's just negative. And then it draws into your attitude, and your attitude comes back to your energy. See, because that's what's contagious. You want to know why people not joining your business? You need to go look in the mirror. You got to go look in the mirror. You're going to say, well, not nobody else's fault. If somebody else is selling 100 of these CBD creams, that means it's possible. If somebody else is making money off doing the water bottles like Italy and them, then it's possible. You just got to figure out. You got to change that attitude, because it's what's contagious. See, one of the things is when you go and talk to somebody, energy is the energy flows, your energy. So your attitude determines your energy as well. So if you come in there with this negative attitude, well, guess what? Your friends can feel that energy. You could just be getting started on the products. You can be like, well, I just got on these Slender Rise drops, but I've seen some amazing people have some amazing transformations. And I promise you, that attitude compared to where I just got started, I don't know if they work, I don't know. I just seen people and I just want to try. Do you think somebody wants to join that? No. Do you think somebody wants to join somebody where I just got started in this business, I ain't made no money? No. Or you could change the way you say it and change your attitude towards it. Like, hey, I got started in this business. I seen people making some good money, and I wanted that for me and my friends and family. See, it's the way you say things and the way your attitude and the way you feel about it is what's going to attract more people to it. See, because I personally believe that your attitude is just as equal to your ability to do something, period. Your attitude is just as equal to it. So you can have all the skills in the world, but if your attitude sucks, ain't nobody going to join you. I promise you that, because people don't join the product. They don't join the company. They join you. So once you start to get you to feel confident about what you have, then I promise you people will start just coming to you. See, I was confident in doing a reel about what the benefits of this CBD cream was, and I got some customers from it. So just remember, you want to marry this process and divorce the outcome, because people can tell when you're down because somebody told you no. You just got to always remember the energy is going to rub off on them. So just like Michelle, if you know that your number is 100 people, well, to get to 100 people, I'm going to say you got to at least be 10% good. So that means you got to talk to 1,000 people to have 100 personal enrollments on your organization. And that just, you barely knowing what you're doing. You don't even have to be an expert to get that far. So marry the process and divorce the outcome. And I say that because that will also help you with your attitude, because I watch so many people get told no, and then their whole attitude just goes like this. It doesn't matter. You know how many people drive by McDonald's or drive by Chick-fil-A or drive by all these amazing places that choose somewhere else? Do they shut their doors because Jerry said, I'm not going to McDonald's? I know they mad at Anthony because Anthony ain't been to McDonald's in forever. But do they care? No, because somebody else is going to come. See, their attitude is, we don't care, but whoever comes to Chick-fil-A has a prime example. We don't care who stops here. But whenever they come here, we're going to make sure they have the best experience in the world. We're going to make sure they have hot food. We're going to make sure that they get the best customer service. We're going to make sure we're telling them to have a nice day. We're going to make sure, see, they have that attitude in their culture. So what attitude are you building for your team? Are you going to build that negative nanny attitude with your team? Oh, well, we're going to have a team that complains all the time. We're going to have a team that says, we can't do this. Well, let's see how it goes. No, you need to have that winning attitude for you and your team. Just have a winning attitude for you and your team. We all have reasons why we can be down and out. We can. And then tying back to what Michelle said, having those people around you that have positive attitudes would definitely pick you up when you go through life, because you're going to go through life. You're not exempt from life. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have bad moments. Well, I ain't going to say a bad day, because it's up to you to make the rest of the day bad, even after something happens. So you're going to have bad moments. The question for you, though, is what are you going to do to make sure that that bad moment don't make it a bad day? See, because for me, when something bad happens, yeah, I may cry. Yeah, I may be mad. But you know what? One of the things I always say to myself, if it won't matter 5 years from now, then I get 5 minutes pity party and then it's on to the next thing. So give yourself a 5-minute rule. Yeah, somebody made you mad. Somebody cut you off while you were driving. Somebody skipped you in the line at the grocery store. Somebody dropped out of your business. Somebody did all these things to make you mad. But if it won't matter 5 years from now, then you got 5 minutes to throw your pity party and you got to move on to the next thing. So I promise you that tip will help you out a lot. And so that's pretty much my perspective on attitude. Some tips I had wrote down. This was on my mind. I've been writing them down really for the last 2-3 days. And then I'll make a reel on it as well, because what I encourage everybody to do is to go do a reel. My challenge for everybody is go do a reel. Pick a topic and go do a reel. I don't care if it's a product in our company. Find 3 to 5 little things that you like about that product. You can do the transformation throwdown that's coming up. You can do the prizes that a person can win. You can do, you can even pick the 5 things I just said about attitude and just do that and just do a reel and put it out there. That's my challenge, because I want to see everybody get a little bit better at this social media thing. And the only way is that I got to challenge y'all, because it challenges me as well, because I did one and I got a sale from. I got my first sale from doing the reel online with 2 random people. And if I can do it, I know y'all can do it. Y'all are more beautiful than I am, more handsome than I am. So, hey, y'all go make these reels and just do it. And that's my challenge. And have a good attitude about it. So don't say, man, I don't know, I can't do it. But hey, just do it. Just say, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on Instagram, I'm going on TikTok, or whichever platform you choose from, because normally you can just save it and then use it again on any other platform. So just go do it. Find something that makes you happy. Maybe you could do something about, these are my 5 favorite songs. These are my, whatever, 3 favorite songs. Just pick some things, do the reels. If you don't know how to do a reel, just call me. I can walk you through some tips. Also, you can also go to YouTube and just say how to do a reel. They're real simple to do, and it's not going to be perfect, so don't expect it to be perfect. I know Mac is on here, so Mac can do like, hey, how many of y'all have these amazing friends that come? He always has amazing friends in his backyard, you guys. So Mac is awesome. So Mac can do, how many amazing friends do y'all have in y'all backyard? Something like that, just connecting with people some kind of way on social media today. So that's my tip. Did you have anything else you want to share, Michelle?
I do. When you find yourself in a position where you had a bad moment, or you had, you find yourself starting to go down that rabbit trail of this made me mad, bad thing happened, whatever, try to catch yourself in it in that moment and say, oh, that didn't go so well. And my challenge to you is to find someone today and tomorrow, try to make a habit of it. I'm going to say 1 a day. Try to find someone whom you can give a genuine compliment to. And maybe even go so far, and this might be something you build up to, maybe just simply stopping a random person and noticing something about them. Maybe it's a mom in the grocery store who's juggling 2 kids in a cart full of groceries and her kids are well behaved. Stop her and say, that's something. That takes work. I'm proud of you. Good for you. You are doing a great job. You have no idea what that will mean to that mom in that moment to hear that, because maybe she was having that bad day. And just getting the kids to the grocery store to get something to eat was a huge accomplishment. And try, if you can, to speak to things that maybe aren't physical. Like it's very easy to compliment somebody on a cute outfit. That's awesome. We'd love to hear that, right? Try to take it a step further and find something that's not just what meets the eye. Because maybe that mom in the grocery store, she looks like a mess. Maybe she got no makeup on, she got spit up all over her shirt, and it was everything she could do just to get there. And so, there's maybe not the, hey, you look beautiful today compliment. Maybe she's like, I arrived. I made it here. We're doing good. The kids are alive. We're all in one piece, right? So trying to find something that you can call out in another person that sees them. And I want to challenge you, find somebody who maybe is a hard one for you. Somebody who you've had a challenge with, or who grinds on you a little bit, who is a little bit harder to be around, and find something about that person that you appreciate. Maybe it's a lesson they taught you. Maybe you start with saying it in your head. Think of that person and think of something of value that person contributes, and try to make a habit out of it. Because when we're in the challenges, when we find those frustrations, when we're doing the work and it's not going the way we want to, our growth is happening. If we don't give up, if we don't choose negativity, if we don't allow ourselves to get sucked down by it, our growth in character, in seeds planted, in work ethic, in attitude, focus, in energy, in how we approach things, we're growing in the trenches. So maybe start with that mental exercise of what's something that I can identify as a positive in this situation, in this person, and then take that a step farther and speak it out. Maybe you start with complete strangers. Maybe that's easier, but then work up to the people in your immediate circle. And I promise you, when you start speaking life into other people, when you start recognizing things you see in them, their work ethic, their competence on a certain subject, the fact that, like last night, my husband backed me with the kids on an issue that there was some disrespect, and he had my back. And I just said, that meant a lot to me. I appreciate that. Thank you. You will notice your energy starts to shift. Your attitude starts to improve. And by doing that with other people, you will start to change the current around you. You will begin to become the person that people want to be around because you choose the positive. So, Ant's challenges do are real. On a product, something that you're excited about, the transformation, choose a topic. My challenge is choose someone, some way that you can speak something positive to. And it has to be genuine. Don't just say it for fluff. It must be genuine. Do that and begin those practices this week. And I want to hear back, what that felt like for you to give that compliment. How did that person receive it? And like, how did that change the interaction or your attitude towards that person? So let me know. Yeah, I'll let you close this.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you this: when you be a blessing to somebody else, or when you do something good, it's gonna bring that good attitude out anyway. So it's gonna bring the good attitude out for everybody. So that's what I encourage you to do. Knock out those challenges. Have a good attitude today and every day going forward. Find something that makes you happy. Maybe you got to put your favorite dance song on and dance a little bit. Or do whatever. Read a book. Read your affirmations out. For me, one of the best things for me that every time I read my affirmations, it makes me think positive and have that good attitude. So, and mine is actually at the front of my little activity book. I got a little activity spiral and I wrote my affirmations right here. So I just pretty much read them every time I'm about to knock out some work with my business. And I will stop the recording here. And then